major teacher incentive grant. I'm going to refer to it as a grant. And it was in the amount of $31.7 million over the next 5 years. That's very, very proud of that. We have to do this. So you do it. Yeah. So we're proud of that. And so Carlos really have about that grant. Approximately 16 million of the state for respect principals, leaders as our program. And that's it all. They can it all. $4.5 million would be used to fund new career pathway leaders. That's for our work with the teacher. I can figure out it all. Yeah, so about the Department of Education, the Houston School District was one of 26 school systems nationwide to receive a major teacher incentive fund grant. Our grant amount was $30.7 million over a 5-year period. And anyone who measures something like that, we were very pleased in small districts and that kind of all the districts in America can one receive that kind of grant. It's really exciting. And we 62, 62, 61 others we left. So we are one of 62. A little less, but 16 of that will be used to fund that. We're currently moving in a summer program offering effective teacher as active principal in our school. $5.4 million